The fourth C is about cultivating. And I am not a green-fingered person, rest assured. I am not the gardener of my relationship. Fiona is a lot more the green-fingered. I do, or I help, probably not as much as she wants, in the garden. We've tried a few times to get a garden patch going, but because of the busy lifestyles, trying to get a veggie patch going, we sometimes find quite a challenge. So we've now grassed over that, and we've made enough space for some fresh green beans every year. And that's as far as it goes for now. So in terms of cultivating, what I mean is using the space we've got in our kitchen to be able to grow amazing living foods that's really, really easy, that's really, really simple. And when you're switching to a vegan, plant-based living food diet, or even just trying to integrate one or two of these principles into your lives, rest assured you're putting some of the most nutritious foods on the planet in your body. And when I've seen people come into a living foods diet or a plant-based diet from week one, and they've gone through a 3-week life transformation program at Hippocrates, and you start to see the shift in them. And sometimes I've come away and I've gone back, and there's people that have matched done 6 weeks, and I see the shift in these people from the first week to the 6th week is just phenomenal. They're starting to radiate, they're starting to glow, and to me it's just great it's a great testimony to say that I'm doing the right thing. So how do I get these living foods in my diet without taking too much time and too much money? Because a lot of people say, I don't have time to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm always on the fly, I'm always on the go. Whereas what I've learned is that I now have new boundaries for myself, and this is one of the boundaries that I'm not crossing. I focus on this, and if we go on holiday, if I go away, I'm still focusing on getting as much of these habits and routines into my diet as possible. And what's interesting is a lot of places I've been to actually offer a lot of this stuff, and the reason why I find it is because I've started looking for it. So when it comes to cultivating, and what you'll learn through this program and the subsequent programs, is the way in which I grow these foods. And there's 3 grow zones that I've created. The first is in jars, and there's a whole separate section on the next course about how I grow the living foods in jars. Zone 1. Zone 2 is what I've called the fresh life sprouter, and zone 3 is the tray greens, which takes a lot more time, and we'll go into a lot more detail about that later. So as well as what I've already covered, the other 3 important considerations is when you're trying to get more living foods into your diet. Option 1 is obviously buy ready done, that's ready grown from the shop. If the shop's local to you, or where you go shopping, or where you order your shopping from, depending on where you live in the world, the most cost effective in terms of time is buy it in. Sometimes that's not cost effective in terms of how much it costs to buy it in, because sometimes it's a bit expensive, particularly when you start getting a lot of the tray greens included in that as well. Things like alfalfa sprouts, broccoli sprouts, mung beans and lentils, you can actually start buying these in the shops. So buying it in fresh, ready done is by far the quickest in terms of time. The second is grow your own. Now, I wouldn't exchange growing my own for buying it in anymore unless I had to, because I was busy or I was out somewhere. So growing your own, I found, is a lot more nutritious. It's done less air miles. It just feels a bit better. You can grow it to the desired length, and they tend to have bigger green leafy heads on them, which is going to get more chlorophyll into the body. So I really enjoy growing my own, particularly in zone 1 and zone 2. And then the third is, get someone in to come and help you. I know people that live in apartment blocks, and they split it between them, and that might be to do with the juicing. So that's the main considerations when we're looking at cultivating and growing our own foods.